Alright folks, thought I'd do a little quick video here maybe, just to update you guys on a few things that's been going on. You'll have to settle for an iPhone video here because I don't think I have my GoPro batteries charged right now. But anyway, I was going to touch here real quick on the Ram Cummins. I did have its first service done this past week. So I was going to tell you a little bit about how that went and let you know what my hours are for my mileage on the motor, and it's also going back in for some more maintenance to be looked at this coming Friday. I'll talk about that in a minute. Wheat spraying, I'm looking to finish that today. That's what I'm doing right now is I'm hooking up to the nurse trailer back there. I've got about 500 gallon or so of 32% nitrogen left in that, so I'm about to pull that down. I've got about the tractor and the sprayers on one of our farthest locations away right now, so I'm about to pull the trailer over to it. I carried the tractor and sprayer down last night. I actually sprayed couple of fields yesterday, and I was kind of halfway between here and there, so I just went ahead and took the tractor and sprayer on down there and left it overnight, so I wouldn't have to bring it all the way back here and just to carry it back. But anyway, I got that going on. I've also got over here, I'll show you real quick here in a minute, the parts for the putting the third axle under the Donahue dump grain trailer. You know, I noted doing that in that video that I did of it. I have tires, rims, axle, most everything here. I got a couple of little things I got to iron out before I can put that on, but there will be a video coming of that installation. But anyway, I'll flip the camera around here and I'll go over the service here in the truck real quick. Alrighty folks, like I was saying, I got the truck service this week. Get in here real quick. The truck has just over 15,000 miles on it now, and that's about where the oil change service interval was going to fall. I think I had about 2% oil life left, but anyway, go back out here and go up to vehicle info, and let's see here, just go up and down. So there are my hours. In one of my other videos I had done a comparison of changing the oil in the tractors at 500 hour intervals. It seems to be a common oil change interval on the tractors these days. So I was going to kind of compare that on the truck, because 15,000 miles for an oil change on a vehicle seems you know, kind of stretched, you know, with not being say a synthetic oil application, where, you know, some vehicles can stretch oil changes with that. But anyway, so look, 341 plus 45, so right at 400 hours, let's say, I was able, you know, to do the oil change. So, you know, I'm not comparing that to other diesel engines at 500 hour intervals. You know, that's 100 shy, so I think that worked out well. And in saying that, I don't really have a problem with carrying these oil changes on out to 15,000 miles under my driving habits, which is mostly highway miles. You know, I'm not sitting around idling a lot of time like I am right now. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. Going around here, they did want, there we go, they wanted to change my fuel filters while I was in there, and I told them it was still 22 something percent. I think it was about 24-25% at the time. It's down to 22% now, but they went ahead and quoted me what they wanted to do on that. Now, the oil change and the filter change was free. I get 4 of those free. And that's the only reason I took it in there. All of the diesel engines I've had previously in these Cummins, in the Dodge and Ram trucks, I've always done my own oil changes. So this is the first time I've actually let someone else do it. And like I said, it was free. It would cost me around $50 to do it myself, so I thought, I'll save $50 and just hope they do it right. But anyway, they wanted to do the fuel filter. They quoted me like $190 something to do the fuel filter changes, which is the one under the bed and the one at the engine that is the filter and filter. So I told them I would pass on that because I can get the filters and do it myself a lot cheaper. So when the time comes, I'll do that. So oil life's back up to 99% now, so I should be good to close to 30,000 miles now. But anyway, just wanted to show y'all that real quick. But let's see, I'm gonna open the hood. The only problems I had with the oil change was, and hopefully y'all can hear me over the engine here, but they did spill some oil right here on the fan shroud, clean oil that they were putting in the engine. So when I opened the hood after they changed the oil, there was oil running down and down the side of this fan shroud that they did not wipe up or even try to clean up. The other issue I had was, you may can see it in here, the oil filter's right there into my finger. And while I'm talking about the oil filter, that's just the standard Fleet Guard oil filter. It's actually the Motar version, but I cross-referenced the part number they give me, and it's Fleet Guard standard filter. It's not the Strataport. I've always put Strataport filters on these trucks for Fleet Guard, which is the Cummins brand, but that's just the standard filter. So it was free. I guess I'll go with it right now, but when I start doing these, I will be putting Strataport filters on. With that filter, any of you that's done these, you know if you crawl under the truck and look straight up, you can reach that oil filter and pull it straight down between the frame here and the engine block. Well, they decided to just reach through here and pull that oil filter out. Well, anybody with some common sense knows that it's tall. That filter is a lot taller. We're only seeing about half of that filter right now. That filter has to be turned sideways to come out right here. And in doing so, they spill oil all down the frame and all over this sway bar linkage, and it was over the axle and stuff down there. And I had to wash all that off. But you can kind of see where the oil was left on here. I mean, it wasn't even white, it was just dripping oil here. Same thing for under the bottom of the oil pan. They didn't clean that up any, so there was oil all over it. But they did put the right amount of oil in it. The part number that they had listed on the sheet cross-referenced the Shell Rotella 15W40T, which is what I use and everything. So, assuming that's what went in there, it's not what they put on the sheet, I'm fine with that. But I was a little displeased in their messiness and spilling oil everywhere. So, I may note that to them this next week. Now, I said a while ago that it's going back in for service, or to be looked at this week. I noted in one of my earlier videos that I have had an exhaust leak on this truck. When it goes through a passive regen. I've never seen it do an active regen, but it has gone through some passive regens. And when it does, I get exhaust in the cab when I'm sitting still. And I was going to look at that myself, and I thought, well, I'll just have a look at it when I have it in for its first service. Well, when I took it in, they informed me I had to schedule such service. course, I told them about it then, so I kind of had to go through with it. So I let them schedule it for Friday of this week. So today's Sunday, so I'll let you guys know how that went. But I do still have an exhaust leak, so I'm hoping they'll correct that. We'll see. But the other thing I've got here is, you see this white buildup under the hood on the mat, the sound mat or whatever? It comes off like it's a sulfur or something. It's a white powder. It's on both sides of the hood. It's most of the exhaust stuff's over here on this passenger side. So if it had to do with the exhaust leak, I don't know why it's over here unless there's an EGR return over here. Could be over here somewhere, but I don't really know. I told them that was building up under the hood and I didn't know what it was. I've washed that off twice now for it to just come back. So if any of y'all know or seen that, I'd like to know what and why. I've never seen that on any other Ram Cummins trucks, but anyway, that is there, and they're supposed to look at why that's there. I'm assuming it's part of the exhaust plate, and I'm pretty sure it's probably what they're going to tell me, but who knows. Anyway, that's that on the truck. Everything else in the truck's fine. I am here hooked to the nurse trailer. Like I said, I've got some nitrogen in here. We're about to go finish spraying today. I haven't got any video of me spraying. Sorry, I mean, there's nothing really new from the videos I posted last year. So I didn't take the time to do any. But hopefully this will be the last of it today. This is on my second passes, so I'm just laying down about 65 to 70 units of nitrogen and streamer nozzles. That's going down with some nitrogen stabilizers. So I'm going to try to finish up that last fill today, and I'll be bringing the sprayer back. I'm actually going to be bringing the sprayer back to my uncle's shop, I think, because it was expected to possibly freeze tonight. So I'm going to back it in there, and I will deal with that sometime later in the week. So I think the last thing left here I got to go over. Walk over here. I've got these parts for the trailer axle to put this third axle under here. And I was going to pull these out. I could go over here to my trashy side of the shed, junky, whatever. There's the axle. Again, that's a 7,000 pound torsion axle. It's, you know, electric brakes and everything's pre here. It is got the easy lube hubs just like my other trailers, except for my 30K gooseneck, or my 20K gooseneck, which has got oil bath hubs. But you know, you pop this little rubber grommet out of the hub here, and there's a grease element in there to grease the bearings. Yeah, I've got the axle in. I'm going to do a little touch-up paint. Look like they've drug it over some cement or gravel or something here on this brake drum guard here. But anyway, there's the wiring for electric brakes. There will be a video. I'm going to try to do a video of this when I install this axle. I'm going to have to move the other axles. But they've damaged this hub, and I didn't notice this till I got in here, but this hub's missing the rubber grommet, and it's been hit pretty hard right there. I don't even know if one would fit. And then it's got some pretty good gashes on it here. So I've got some pictures of this. I'm going to email the company I ordered this from, which is a trailer supply parts place, pretty big one, and see if they'll supply me with a new hubcap and rubber dust cover here. But other than that, the axle looks okay. Just we'll do a little touch-up paint on it where they drug it around. The rims. Okay, the rims and tires. Let me go through this saga. As I've told y'all before, I have I have a spare tire that matches the wheels and tires that's on the trailer. Those tires are a 12 by 16.5 12 ply tire that are on the trailer. They're mounted to a 9.75 by 16.5 rim, which I have found to be extremely hard to find and locate. That rim happens to cross with several classic truck rims, GM and Chevy rims of, say, the 1950s. So when you find one, it's usually considered an antique piece. It's rusted over and they want a good price for it. And a new one, what few new ones I've found, is upward of $200 for one rim. And the tires, I could get a pair of tires for $200 off eBay, or I could get a new tire for about $185. So in a nutshell and a little rounding, it's going to cost me close to $400 to get a rim and a tire, or a rim and two tires, whichever way I went. Well, for $400 I could buy two brand new tires, two brand new rims in a 16 by 6, which is a more common trailer tire size. So what I found is, just set it down here, some trash on it, is what's called a classic, kind of a classic style wheel, which matches the same style rim that's on the trailer. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's just kind of an old standard type wheel, but apparently this rim was used on some trucks and stuff too. But this is a trailer rim. It does have the weight specifications I need, and it's a 16 by 6. So what that allowed me to do, I get a little trash on these, but was order these 235 85 R16 14 ply trailer tires, which have a tread pattern that somewhat match what I have on the trailer, but they are narrow. It's going to be a narrower tire. So but I was able to get the tires and rims all, I think, for right at $400, I think. And like I said, these tires, I can, if one of these goes bad, I can readily pick one of these up just about anywhere for a pretty good price. The tires themselves, I think, were about $117 a piece. Now, it is a Chinese tire, and some of you are probably gonna, I'm looking for it here. There it is, right there, made in China. Ling Long is the brand. They may blow up on me, blow out, fall apart, I don't know. It's an F835. You can see that through the tape, but F835 tire. And like I said, it's still, I mean, it's 14 ply. They're heavy. But look at the tread there. I mean, it ain't a bad looking tire, but I don't know how well they'll do, but I know that front axle, being the front of the three axles, is going to take a beating under load, especially under sharp turns or any turn conditions. So I thought putting a 14 ply tire there might be a good move. You know, most trailer tires on an 8 lug single axle, or say a 7K axle setup, are usually 10 ply. So I thought, well, I'll get these 14 plies. That'll put me 2 ply above what's on there already, and that should work out. So yeah, that's what I've got here. The axle, tires, rims are all here. I've just got to get that hub, and I got shortchanged on my valve stem. These tires are 110 psi rated tires, so I've ordered some metal valve stems, bolt-in valve stems that are 110 plus psi, or 100 plus psi, I think. And I got them, they were missing the locking nuts, and one of them was missing the valve stem cap. So I emailed the company about that, and they said they're going to send me new ones or the missing parts. So I should have those this week. So if I can get the hub, I can get the valve stems, I can get the tires and rims mounted, have those ready to go. And the only other thing I'll need to get is I've got to pick up the bolts that actually bolt the axles to the trailer. And I'm going to yank one out of one of the other current axles and carry with me and match that bolts back up. I think it's a 6 mark. I think it's got 6 tick marks on top of that bolt, so I'm going to make sure I get one. But yeah, there's your Chinese Ling Long tire. Again, the axle is Dexter, which is pretty common. You know, most trailer axles these days are Dexter axles, so I think it's been that way for a long time. But anyway, that's what I got. That's what I've been up to. I'm gonna shut up here and get in the truck and head down there and finish spraying that wheat. And I'll get this video posted up when I get the chance. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you.